If you like nostalgia, then stay tuned for some new Marvel Legends. Hello and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And if you like Marvel Legends, then I assure you, you are in the right place. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button and join this collection madness. As you can see, the collection behind me is not green screen. They're actually figures. They're actually my figures. This is my collection. It's beautiful. And today we are adding to that collection with probably my most anticipated thing for 2020 that we knew of. And that is, of course, this Spider-Man retro series. Now, if you've been following the channel for any amount of time, then you know if it wasn't for the animated shows of Spider-Man and X-Men back in the early 90s when I was a kid, my love for Marvel wouldn't be what it is today. As before I read a single comic, I was watching these cartoon shows. This was my introduction to Marvel, especially the Spider-Man show. I don't know if you've watched Fox Kids, but it was on Fox Kids. And then if you're UK, if you're British and you're in your 30s, then you'll remember Alive and Kicking on BBC, Saturday mornings. They used to play Rugrats and they'd also play the X-Men animated show. So that's why I love the X-Men animated stuff, which is why I've got like a Jim Lee inspired shelf down here, and then Spider-Man this side, because I love those kids TV shows, and they're on Disney Plus right now. I've started rewatching them and they still hold up in my humble opinion. But yes, these action figures are the retro series that they're releasing this year, which are obviously inspired by the Toy Biz Spider-Man figures we got way back in the 90s. And this retro card packaging is so nostalgic because I had these figures. And now we're getting updates on the Marvel Legends, the things that I love so much. So yeah, loving it. I'm loving it. And I've got the whole wave. I actually brought a couple of cases. Like, I've actually got the whole wave. I'm going to quickly run through them now as well. They arrived in a box that said pepperoni, but I didn't just buy one box. I bought a couple of boxes. Why? Because I'm an idiot. Don't be like Dan W. Mine say green peppers and anchovies. Anchovies always remind me of the Turtles, which is something else I love, but we'll save that for another video. So as I said, I've already showed off Peter Parker, Spider-Man. So this is Spider-Man. Apparently this is the new articulation. This is going to be the new Pizza Spider-Man. Now, if you've been collecting Marvel Legends for a while, Pizza Spider-Man came out in 2015, and it was the most sought after Spider-Man action figure for a long time. I do think this guy is going to take over that guy. So that rose in price. It was harder and harder to get. So I think these may be ample at first. You may be able to get this easy at first. But yeah, this may be harder to track down as the months roll on. So definitely pick up yours now. For the price point, you can't go wrong. From the reviews that are already online, people are loving it. So I'm looking forward to cracking this open and putting it centerpiece in my Spider-Man shelf. Some other figures I was excited to get was Gwen Stacy. I love the whole cast of characters surrounding Spider-Man. Gwen Stacy, his first girlfriend. Haven't had her in Marvel Legends form yet, and I always love adding new characters to the display. So we're getting a nice street-clothed Gwen Stacy. This is my mind's eye version of Gwen Stacy with the green jacket, the little tight pencil skirt, looking good. And you also get an interchangeable Mary Jane head, so you can upgrade your Mary Jane on the shelf if you want to. But yeah, she looks beautiful. Honestly, you won't be disappointed. You're going to have to get two if you want a Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane. But yeah, I love adding new characters to the shelf. Now, characters we've already had on the shelf, but we sort of need some upgrades too. Well, maybe not upgrades, but still. We're getting some classic villains. So we're getting Electro and Green Goblin. Now, Electro, it is an upgrade to the previous release, as this new release isn't the modern costume. It is the classic costume with a classic look. We're actually getting yellow electric hands rather than those weird blue ones we got previously. It's got the proper outfit on. This is your classic Electro. So if you're trying to complete your classic looking Sinister Six for your shelf, then this is the Electro you need to get. He looks glorious. And then, as I've already showed, the Green Goblin. Now, the colours may be a bit out there, much brighter than previous versions, and a lot of people are criticising the head, but the head is accurate to certain comic panels and comic artists in the book, so it just depends on your personal preference, but I think it looks pretty good. Maybe is it a bit too bright, but let's be honest, it's based off the bright colours in the comics, so they're not wrong. What I really like though is the Norman Osborn head. We've been waiting for a Norman Osborn. It was so easy for them to just pop in a little Norman Osborn head somewhere so we could put it on a suited body, and now they've done that. So obviously if you buy this and you've got yourself a spare suited body, you've now got 2 figures for the shelf, Norman Osborn and Green Goblin, both very integral characters of the Spider-Man universe. So who else we got? We've got a couple more. We've got Daredevil. Now this is 90s armoured Daredevil. This is not my mind's eye version of Daredevil when I think of him, obviously, but it's still a very nice looking action figure. This one impressed me in hand. One I wasn't expecting to see in the first wave of Spider-Man retro figures, but one I'm happy that we've got. It's a new look, unique look, and we're getting another unmasked Matt Murdock head, which I always appreciate. So yeah, this one looks impressive. I think people are going to sleep on this one, and then they get it in hand, they're going to be impressed. So yeah, Daredevil. And then last, but by no means least, it is the man himself. It is the first time we are getting Peter Parker as just Peter Parker. Now the goggles, let's be honest, they're not that great. I don't know if I'm going to just swap their head with a normal Peter Parker head from that 2-pack or what, but I do like the interchangeable head, which is the classic look from the comics, which is the half Spider, half Peter Parker head. But yeah, it's again just for fodder. If people want to customize, then this is a figure to get. But for me, Peter Parker, the legend that is, yeah, this is going to have to find pride of place with his little camera accessory. Nice touch. So yeah, very happy with that. I would have liked the glasses to maybe be see-through or at least come off, but still, I'll take it. I'll take it, Hasbro. So close, but I'll take it. So there's the 6 figures for this Spider-Man retro wave. Again, very nostalgic. I had to buy more than one case, probably for display, and then to open up, of course. When they look that nice and they're that nostalgic, I had to buy a couple of sets. And I hope we get more. We already know we're getting Kingpin. We already know we're getting Mysterio. So I had to buy 2 of them each. So Hasbro are not idiots. So maybe I'm the idiot, but still. They're not dumb. They know what they're doing. And I'm hoping for more. The potential is out there for what other figures we could get on this retro card packaging. I do hope we see them. I probably will do a video where I do a top 10 list of figures I would like to see on the retro packaging maybe. Let me know if you'll be interested in seeing that. But yeah, I'm hoping more are to come. They were teasing it in the last live stream, so maybe that we get a second wave of these retro figures. Who knows? But there's still lots of retro card styles they can do. But for me, that would have been my first choice. That animated series is yeah, that's what it's all about. I know they're not perfectly that animated looks, but it's not about that. It's about the retro, even the back of the card. And I'll do full reviews of these. There's plenty of reviews on these online. A lot of people got these early. I'm happy to have them now, and I'm still going to do my own reviews anyway as I open them up, talk about them, all of that good stuff. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, stick around, as I will be doing reviews for those retro figures very soon. But because we were getting closer now and we can officially finish our classic Sinister Six in this new Hasbro form, I had to backtrack and make sure I got this Kraven 2-pack. And now this isn't brand new, this has been out for a while, but I had the previous Kraven on my shelf. Luckily he's right at the front there. Now this is from the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave. I actually really like this Kraven, but it's the more modern look with the schools, the knee pads, which again, I really like, but it's not the classic look for Kraven. So I had to backtrack and get myself this 2-pack, which is the more classic looking Kraven. So now I can actually have the most accurate classic looking Sinister Six Hasbro form on my shelf. So yeah, got that, and I've also got this beaten up Peter Parker head, which may look good on some of these new figures as well. So yeah, they're my recent pickups. Been buying lots of stuff, and there's going to be lots more Hasbro Good Enough revealed this week. On Friday, they're doing a live stream. They said it's their biggest reveal yet, and they're using the word big quite a lot. So I think that is a clear hint we are probably going to get an announcement of the Sentinel that is going to be the HasLab. That's even if it is the HasLab Sentinel. They've been teasing it, but they haven't officially said it yet. But we've seen the leg, we've seen the promo video. So yeah, we're quite confident now that the HasLab is probably going to be a 12-foot, £4,000 Sentinel. Well, Obviously, it's not going to be that big and that much, but you get my point. I'm being sarcastic and British. It's going to be expensive is what I'm trying to say. But where am I going to fit a Sentinel on this display? Going to have to make some room or move to a bigger house. One of the two. Probably the first, to be honest. But still, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. And if you're in a position you want to help me buy a bigger house, and go over to patreon.com and support me there. Links in the description below. But as always, people, my name is Dan W, and I will see you on the next one.